So I've got the baggage car, Barnard, painted, decaled, pretty much complete. It's weighed properly. It's got the couplers installed to the correct height. Everything is basically done with that car. I think it came out pretty nice. I'll show you a few more close-ups here in a minute. I also went ahead and finished the combine car. Mostly I wanted to do two cars. You know, there's only one baggage car, but I also wanted to do this stop passenger car to see how it turned out, since the other cars are pretty similar to this. So I'm pretty happy with this one as well. Paint went down flawless, as always with this True Color paints. Love it. It goes on so smooth. No issues with the paint. Again, I mixed my own kind of Blue Comet Packard Blue. I use Via Blue and Delaware and Hudson. These two colors here. Mixed them 50-50 and it gave me a pretty close color to my Broadway Limited Blue Comet, which is what will be pulling these. So I wanted it to be kind of close to that color. So it may not be 100% correct, but it matches the Broadway Limited, which is just fine for me. The top is navy blue. This color here. US Navy Blue. It's a really nice color, went down really nice. So I did that for the roofs, the trucks, and the undersides, which I'll show here in a little bit. So that went down nice. Okay, so the baggage car, Barnard. This was the one I was working on in the beginning. Again, it's finished. The top, I still don't have it mounted. I'll go over that in a little bit with my plans for the interiors. Yes, I'm going to be doing interiors, I've decided. So that's going to be a whole nother phase of the build. I want to focus on getting all the cars painted, detailed, completed, and then go into the interiors, which it's a little easier planning to do interiors now because I'm going to, paint certain things certain ways, and inside I'll make plans for weights to make sure that the interiors can go on top of them, stuff like that. So I'll be working on interiors for the other cars. This car, according to the CNJ or what I've read, some of their cars, the windows were blocked on the baggage cars, which actually made it easier, so I don't have to worry about an interior here, and I just went ahead and put some weights in. Really nice weight to it. I forget what the total amount is, but I went off the NMRA specs for this size of a car, and it tracks nice, it runs nice, it couples nice. So this one is basically done. Just need to mount the roof, which I have plans to make these roofs removable. I think I'm going to be using some magnets, some little tiny magnets. I used to do this on my RC planes and helicopters, to mount some magnets in here so it'll snap down and stay tight. The plan is for the cars with interiors, I could go in and move things. I could remove them if I wanted to show them off, show the interiors to anybody. And also for the lighting, which I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do there yet. I'm debating with the Rapido. They have like an Easy Peasy is the brand name. They're basically all one-piece deal. The lights are in there, the batteries. I want to do batteries. I don't want to do track power. It's too much of a hassle, and I don't want the contacts dragging on the trucks. I know the flicker kind of is annoying. I could put capacitors in there, but I'm just going to do batteries. I've done batteries on other cars and haven't had any problems with it. So that's the plan for here. So we'll worry about that further on down the road, but this car is basically done. I'll show you guys the underside. Came out pretty nice with that blue. You can see all the different, I mean, it's obviously not at the quality of a Rapido passenger car, but this will be just fine. As for the ends, I went with the Walther's rubber diaphragms here, and they're pretty easy to install. They go right on. And since they're rubber, they obviously can, if for tight curves, if they touch or anything, it's not going to break or anything like that. So let me get some lighting here a little bit better. So yeah, that's basically it. The decals, I did buy them from Bethlehem Car Works, who makes these kits. Very nice decals. The only thing is they're a little thick. I guess, I don't know what it's called, the clear on top of the decal itself is pretty thick, which is good to move them. You got plenty of time to move the decal around, get it where you want it. But the only other issue is that it's, you know, when you go to try to make it stick, they tend to move a little bit because they don't really adhere as quickly as a thin decal. So fighting between, you know, using different Solvaset or water. And sometimes if you let the Solvaset sit too long, it starts to kind of not really melt the paint, but I did notice a little bit of discoloration in some of the paint on one of the cars I did. I can't remember which one, which that's actually a good thing because you can't really notice it. So, but I found kind of a happy medium and got the decals to sit on there pretty nice. And once you add, well, what I did is I did a clear on top of the paint. I laid the decals on. I used the Walthers setting solution once they were in place. I think that's a little bit more of an aggressive mix, and it really blends the decal on top of the different rivets and everything. So let that sit for a long time, at least 3 or 4 days. I mean, I did a layer maybe once a day, just kept putting it on there so it really sat down there nice. I didn't want any lifting when I painted clear on top. So let that sit for about 3 or 4 days, even after the last application of the setting solution. And then I went ahead and cleared it with a gloss clear. And then I came over it with a dull coat, or the Tamiya dull, which I kind of like better than dull coat. There's some dust on this, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the finish. There's even the gold stripe, which is kind of hard to see, but there is a gold stripe on there like the prototype. That was a pain to put on with the decals being so thick. Again, they want to move, and right where that stripe is, there's a rivet line, so it was a pain, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so here is Halley, the one of the Combine cars. This kit, I didn't really show too much of the progress of building it. It went together really easily, much easier than the baggage car. The floor already had the pads installed for the mounting pads for the trucks and the couplers, so that took a lot of kind of stress out of making sure everything was centered and in the correct spot. It's all there, so it did go together a lot easier, which was nice. And the other cars, the other passenger, or the coaches, will go together just the same, so that's nice. Again, the top I didn't glue down yet, with the intent of putting an interior. I got the window glazing in, all the same decals. This one does have a lavatory or washroom here on the corner. That's with that special glass and the little vent there. So I'm going to build that with the interior. As far as the underside is pretty similar, a few different components, but again, that went on pretty nice. I'm using Katie couplers. I forget which one, it's just the standard. I believe they're number 8s or something like that. I'm not really too worried about the scale couplers. I do want this to run well, so we'll start with these and then maybe go to the scale heads down the road, depending on how they run. But so far they run pretty nice. I have tested them out. Again, this one does have the diaphragm, so very happy with it. I think it looks really nice. Matches the locomotive well, and I'm excited to work on the coaches. I did buy another one, so I have two coaches. One of them I'm going to go actually turn into the observation car. I'll go over that next. But I've got an extra coach I just bought with some more trucks. I bought a few more of these from them. Unfortunately, I did buy another coach kit, so that would have left me with two coaches and the observation car. Unfortunately, there was a mix-up with the item on eBay. I bought it, got a really good price on it. When I get it in the mail, it's the wrong kit. It was the wrong one, and apparently the guy sent me the wrong package. It was kind of a mix-up there. I was a little disappointed. Instead of him just sending me the right one, he just refunded me my money, and I can't find that kit now online, so I'll have to find it hopefully sometime soon, just to add a second coach, because I think they did run 2 or 3 in a real train, as well as the dining car, which I think I found a good suitable fill-in for that. It's not going to be 100% like the real one, but it's going to be really close. I think it's a C&J or a Reading dining car, which from what I could tell in photos, it's very similar to the one Blue Comet dining car that existed, which actually was in the accident in the 20s and was destroyed. So I'm going to try to build that one as well. So for the dining car, after a lot of research, again, it's kind of has been forcing me to research a lot about the car. So from what I could find is this car from Riverossi is the wrong car completely. It's the wrong length. It's the wrong style trucks. Everything, you can kind of see the size difference here between the other coaches. The observation car was actually a coach. I mean, I'm sure that's how most of the railroads did it. It's just a coach kind of converted into an observation car. So what they did is they just cut out basically right here by the door and cut this door off, and then put the the fence around the back and so on. They moved the bulkhead, or I don't know what it's called, the car end further in. From what I could tell in photos, I think there was 3 observation cars. The one I'm going to do, the kind of back of the car was right here. So I'm going to kind of scratch build that, cut this all out, and I found fence from an Athearn kit, an old Athearn Blue Box kit that will work pretty well. I didn't want to destroy this one and take it off because these are actually kind of hard to find, and I'll probably end up just selling it or something. I didn't want to destroy that car. So I'll put that in. I've got some marker lights here from Tomar, so that will look nice at the end. Some red marker lights. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with the observation car. I'll probably save that for last and kind of make my own. And I figured if I'm going this far, I might as well just make it all kind of correct. And I think it'll be kind of fun cutting up one of these kits and making my own car. All right, so that's all I've got for now. Again, next I'll be finishing the coaches, kind of get those done really quick, and then I'll start doing the modifications to the observation car. Shouldn't be too hard. Get everything painted. Should be hopefully 3 cars painted, and then I'll start kind of working on the interiors. I'm gonna just 3D print different style benches and seats and kind of build my own. I did find some great interiors online that people already have designed and 3D printed, but I don't think they'll fit these cars since these are kind of kits. They're meant for more of the Athearn style, even Riverossi as well, but I don't think they're going to line up. The windows will line up with the seats, and I figure might as well just kind of design some seats really quick. It shouldn't be too hard, and then print them out and configure the cars the way I want. especially the observation car has it's kind of weird. The seats the backs are all against the windows and people are facing inward. So I'll go ahead and do that too. But that's about it. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know what you guys think of the cars. I think they're coming out pretty nice. Pretty excited. Now that they're painted, I'm excited to get them all done and running. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think. So take care, and we'll see you sometime soon.